So can you tell me, so like if someone is US exposed through family members or themselves personally or whatever, what would you say are the top three things they need to look for in considering who's the right financial advisor for them?
Yeah, good question. I think the list could be a lot more than three, but I think one thing that we touched on earlier, and you kind of highlighted as I introduced myself there, is just making sure that your advisor is regulated. I can't stress the importance of that. I look around the world and there's varying degrees of regulation, and in the US we have the SEC, which overlooks the majority of financial services, and I think if anyone's watched the film, the SEC are the big bad wolf kind of scenario, but they're a regulator there to protect the consumer, and that's important. And I think when you are looking for advice, you have to make sure that the person you're engaging with has that level of protection for the consumer. I think specifically for US connected people, kind of the second point is then, does that advisor, in whatever capacity he is regulated, does he have a US specific proposition? So, your advisor may be regulated, for example, here in the UAE by the DIFC or the Securities and Commodities Authority. But does that regulated advisor have a proposition that is tailored towards somebody who is of US connection? And that's important, and I'll come on to that probably later, because there is things that, again, because of your US connection, because of that tax reporting requirement and that liability in the future, you need to make sure that the solutions you're taking on board are specific to you. And I think the third thing as well, and this is probably one that goes missed quite a lot, but it is important to me, is what capacity is that person providing advice to you in? So I think a lot of people where they've engaged with a financial advisor and all they've done is given their money to an investment bank who have just risk profiled somebody, for example, and sold them a load of financial instruments. And whilst that's great because your money potentially is working for you, has it been done in the right way, or are you just investing at that point? And I think there's varying degrees of how somebody can sit in your life from a financial point of view. And it's just understanding what that role is, because I think there's so many roles out there to engage in advice on. There's robo, for example, robo advisory. That's just very simple. It's, plug and play. There's having someone like me who, we would class ourselves as financial planners. And we're here to kind of map the journey. Investment management is something that we do, but it's almost a secondary item on the list. So we engage with people about, okay, where are you today? What do you want to achieve in the future? We do a lot of goal-based planning, and that's kind of the big part of our proposition, and making sure that we're along the journey with you. We're not here just to make a transactional sale, and some people want that, some people need that, but it's just understanding what capacity you're employing that person when it comes to looking for financial advice.
Okay, that's great.
So if you're a 6, 7, or 8-figure investor, entrepreneur, or business owner who needs a tailor-made solution from a qualified team of professionals, we can help you achieve the international lifestyle, the freedom, and even the tax savings you're looking for. Visit us at htj.tax and live that international life.